T-Man again, bringing you guys another video. Once again, my 31 days of WrestleMania countdown continues with here number 19 on the list, as you see here in the thumbnail, WrestleMania 30. Here, WrestleMania 30 lands on number 19 on the countdown, and those of you who missed the countdown, let's go ahead and truck it on. Number 31 on the countdown was WrestleMania 11. Number 30 on the countdown was 16. 29 on the countdown was WrestleMania 22. 28 on the countdown was 9. 27 on the countdown was 22. 26 was number 8. Number 25 was 23. Number 24 was WrestleMania 7. Number 23 on the countdown was 24. 22 on the countdown was 27. 21 on the countdown was 31. 20 on the countdown was WrestleMania 21. And now number 19 on the countdown is WrestleMania 30. So let's get right into it. First of all, guys, at this point on, I mean, we're 19 on the countdown here. So every single WrestleMania is not bad. So just because it seems high on the countdown on 31 WrestleManias, all these WrestleManias are good. And let me tell you something. WrestleMania 30 was, in my opinion, in the next few years, is going to go down as one of the last good WrestleManias in a long time. 31 was bad booking going into it, but it was a decent WrestleMania. 32 hasn't happened yet, but it's not looking so good. But 30 is really the last good WrestleMania you can really say. And it's good, but you can see moments of bad writing that come in this card. And I'll point them out to you. Starts off with a bang. The Hulk Hogan, The Rock, okay, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the three foundations of wrestling, starting off with a very great funny promo. You kick it off with Triple H and Daniel Bryan. This was Vince McMahon finally giving in, finally being smart, where the original plan was supposed to be Triple H and CM Punk. Triple H was supposed to be on the card. CM Punk walks out. Fans are all behind Daniel Bryan, who they originally wanted Daniel Bryan to face Sheamus. Just goes to show you the start of Vince McMahon's thinking and the start of his bad booking. And he gave in and gave us Daniel Bryan, and he got hurt right away. Then after that, it seemed like Vince McMahon was never able to change his mind again. He just went with his gut feelings, which are just bad. But the way he thinks are just bad. But anyways, great match. This was probably the match of WrestleMania. Triple H and Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan picking up the win. The new Age Outlaws and Kane taking on the Shield. The Roman Reigns, of course, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose picking up the win. Cesaro winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, thinking, wow, okay, they're finally going to have Cesaro get what he deserves and be a main guy. The next night, they even put him with Paul Heyman. All that because they don't know how to book him, because Vince McMahon says, oh, he's Swiss. I don't know what to do with a Swiss man. Swiss Superman, but I don't know. I need guys with gimmicks, because I'm 70 years old and I don't have intelligent writing and creative plans anymore. And I'm taking my advice from 30 writers who do sitcom and don't know nothing about the wrestling business. Sorry if I'm sounding really bitter. I'm coming off of watching a really bad Monday Night Raw, so I have a really bad taste in my mouth right now. But moving on from that, Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. John Cena picking up the win against Bray Wyatt. And speaking of Bray Wyatt, and speaking of the next match, the start of the really sent fans home just really shaking their head. The Undertaker losing the streak against Brock Lesnar. I've said it so many times, I would have never had that streak break. I don't think that was a streak nobody even asked to see broken. But it was broken. And it was broken by a man that I like. One of my all-time favorites, Brock Lesnar. I love Brock Lesnar. But he shouldn't have beat the streak. I don't think the streak should have ever been broken. And then on Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast, when Austin said, why did you do it? He said nobody wants to give back more than The Undertaker. And down the road, who can you see ending the streak? It was the right time. Well, first of all, why do you need to end the streak? And second of all, there was a person down the line that you could see. He just got squashed by your babyface John Cena, and that's Bray Wyatt. First of all, Bray Wyatt should have beat John Cena. Bray Wyatt always attacks people and starts rivalries with major names, but he never beats the major names. I'm sorry if it's so bitter. This really is a good WrestleMania. I really like this, but I mean, these were two bad booking decisions. I would have had Bray Wyatt beat John Cena right here. Sorry, I would have. But solidify him as a big name. And then I would have had Undertaker beat Brock Lesnar. And then at next year's WrestleMania, when they did do Brain Taker, that's if you ever wanted to end the streak, that's where you do it. Bray Taker. That's just common sense. The guy that's going to carry on your storylines of dark, cryptic storylines and the evil storylines like Undertaker did. Your Lord of Darkness. Here's your new Lord of Darkness. That's passing the torch. Vince McMahon always talks about passing the torch. That's passing the torch. It would have been the Bray. But there you go. Brock wins completely, just really quiets the crowd. And then you have AJ Lee in a match that probably nobody remembers, in a multi-diva match, winning. And then finally, and you can see again Vince McMahon's way of thinking. He really wanted to do Batista and Randy Orton 101. That was his plan to close out the show. That would have been great in 2007. In 2008, that I think no one would have objected to Batista and Orton. But back then, in 2014, no. Anyways, thank God they put Daniel Bryan in there, and he really did save the card. Too bad what history shows of Daniel Bryan. Now that would be really the last time we would see him healthy. I mean, he wrestled some matches, wrestled a couple months here and there over the next year. Just a handful of matches, and that was kind of the beginning of the end. I'm glad a guy like Daniel Bryan got his moments, and there you go. I'm sorry for the bad taste in my mouth after watching the current Monday Night Raw. It just made me just hate Vince McMahon and the bad booking, but this was a great WrestleMania. Go back, and you guys won't be disappointed watching it. See you tomorrow for WrestleMania, for not WrestleMania 18, for the number 18 on the WrestleMania countdown. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos. Thumb up the video, and I'll see you guys next time.
No more.